Hi guys, today I'm here with my first ever first impression foundation review. Normally I do an Oily Skin Diaries series in which I've already kind of tried the foundation. I'll show you how it wears, the application, and what it looks like throughout the day. This is going to be very similar, but I've just never tried this foundation, and I was really excited that I actually came across it. So I thought, why not try a foundation review, a first impression style? So let me know down below which style you like better, if you'd like to see both. Today it is the Covergirl Stay Luminous Foundation, and if you're like, Samantha, you have oily skin, what are you doing? Don't be so foolish. But a lot of the reviews that I've seen on this have been people have been a little bit disappointed in the fact that it's not as luminous as they had wanted to be. So for me, I'm like, okay, well, I have oily skin, so let me give it a go. I'm in Canada and I found this at Walmart. It was $12.97, but normally with CoverGirl foundations you can find coupons and it does go on sale at drugstores and whatnot, but I just scooped it up right away because I was not expecting to see it so early. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and just show you the application and show you what it looks like on my skin. It does have a pump, which is great. And I got mine in the shade Classic Tan. I love the CoverGirl 3-in-1 Stay Fabulous foundation. That is my favorite foundation of all time out of high-end drugstore. So I'm excited to try this. You can see it's not super runny. That was about a pump and a half. So I'm going to do one side of my face with a flat top brush and then the other side with my needs to be washed beauty blender and see which one looks better. I'm just going to dab it on my skin here, and you can see like I'm super broken out right now, which is annoying, but it is good for the sake of this video. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off, because we'll see what kind of coverage it can give you. It doesn't have any like flecks of glitter or anything in it that I can see, and the claims on this foundation are it's a natural glow foundation, and it says it gives even coverage and a natural glow that lasts all day. So it is definitely lighter coverage than this. Oops, I'm supposed to be using. See? I'm not good at this first impression stuff. It definitely is not as full coverage as the Stay Fabulous. You can see it gave me kind of decent coverage. This is just one application. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more. And as for the application, I just kind of blended it all out with a beauty blender. I like a beauty blender better. So I'm just going to stick with that. But just keep in mind, if you're using a beauty blender, it will lighten up your coverage just a touch. But it will give you a nicer finish, I find. So it doesn't seem like super dewy to me. I mean, it just looks like the finish of like a natural finish, kind of satin finish foundation. It doesn't have like a ton of dew. So that is what it looks like there after kind of like 1.5, I'd say probably 2 pumps. So you can see that it has decent coverage. I would say medium, slightly buildable. You can see that it did cover up some of the redness on my skin that I had from breakouts, from acne scarring, and just general unevenness in my skin tone, but you can still see my freckles through this foundation, which I do really like because I love my freckles, but I don't like my acne scarring, and they tend to get covered up when I do put on a fuller coverage foundation to cover up the unevenness of my skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. I have all my makeup on. I put on concealer, blush, bronzer, and then I already have my eye makeup on. I didn't put on any highlight because I want to see if it does really give that natural glow. As of right now, I do kind of feel like I have a bit of a natural glow, even though I powdered my face because I need to powder my face. I am super oily. It looked good in the flash photography in kind of a darker room. There is some lightness under my eyes, but I'm okay with that because I did put on a lighter concealer. And in natural light, it looks absolutely fabulous. I do really feel like I have a bit of a natural glow, even though there's no real kind of luminous pieces in the foundation or anything like that. So I'm going to continue to wear it, and I will check back in a few hours and let you know my thoughts. Hey guys, just checking in. It's been a couple hours. I wanted to check in while I was in daylight so you could see the foundation. There's definitely a little bit of oiliness, but otherwise I think it looks amazing. I really like the way it looks. It hasn't oxidized. My blush is still in place. I do feel a little bit luminous. I went to get a watch fixed, and then at the mall, and then I went to Dynamite, and I went to Winners, and yeah, my bad. Anyways, I'm super happy with the way this foundation looks. I think if you have oily skin, you are going to need to blot throughout the day. I mean, what's new? But otherwise, man, CoverGirl is killing it with foundations. Yeah, so that is my midday check-in, and I will check back at the end of the day. I am back with my final check-in of the day. I've had this foundation on for almost 12 hours, which is much longer than I was anticipating having it on. Sorry, my cat's having a freak out in the back. But I'm really impressed with this. I did blot with tissue a little bit earlier today and just kind of did this on my face, but otherwise I am super impressed. It doesn't claim to be like a long wear oil controlling foundation, and I do have quite oily skin. It didn't oxidize on my skin. It did rub off a little bit where I kind of like sit like this at work, and I'm kind of rubbing it off my face that way. But otherwise, my blush and bronzer is still in place. I got a bunch of compliments today as well, and just in the natural lighting, like it just looked so good. As for kind of like if it blurred any pores or anything, I don't have big pores, so it didn't enhance them, but it also didn't blur them, if that makes sense. This foundation would be perfect for someone with normal to combination skin. If you have oily skin, definitely bring out your whole oily skin kind of combating crew. So whether it is a mattifying primer, mattifying moisturizer, mattifying powder, mattifying setting spray, all that good stuff will definitely help your case. But it did make my face look really, really, really good. If you do have dry skin, it's probably not going to give you the super luminous look that you're going for. So I would kind of do the opposite route of an oily skinned person's, approach to this foundation. So probably no powder, maybe a luminizing primer, but it will give you that longevity that you might not get out of your regular kind of more dewy foundation. So I am super impressed with this. The price is great. It has a pump. It does seem to have less shades than the Stay Fabulous original foundation. I'm not sure if they're going to increase that, but they did have My Classic Tan and another shade darker than that. So if you're darker than me, they may come out with a similar version in the CoverGirl Queen line. If you have tried this foundation, let me know down below what you think. I've got to say I am super impressed with this, and let me know what you thought of a first impression style video as opposed to like an oily skin diary. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!